Welcome to today's show, Success and Intentional Lifestyle. I'm your host, Jeff Heiser, a motivator, a leader, and a communicator. Good morning and welcome to Success and Intentional Lifestyle. I'm your host, Jeff Heiser, and I am so happy that you've tuned in here to hear the show today. You know, many thanks go out to everyone who's listening around the world, and I have to tell you, I sure hope your morning has been a great start to a wonderful day. It certainly has been here. Just a few things before we get started. We had a beautiful launch this morning of a SpaceX rocket. You know, our back door is about 20 miles from the launch pad, and it's just absolutely beautiful in the morning when the skies are clear and the rocket goes up. It's against the blue sky and the sun coming up, and about, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes after the initial launch, we get this huge sonic boom, and the space rocket, the rocket piece of it, comes back down to Earth and actually lands at the Space Center. It's an amazing thing. We haven't had this before except for the space shuttle, when the space shuttle would go up and then go around and then come back down and land. But this here, it takes off, it releases its payload into orbit, and then it comes back down and lands at the Space Center. It's pretty slick little way they're doing it, and SpaceX seems to really have their stuff together. This launch here was a first launch of a government type or military type payload, and so they didn't say much about it, but what a beautiful launch it was today. Hope you're doing well where you're at. We haven't had rain now in well over 50 days. It's been rather hot, dry, lots of pollen, and so I might have a hard time today getting through this show because there's still so much pollen and so much smoke in the air from all the wildfires we have. We have wildfires in just about every part of the state, and they just got the 5,000 plus acre fire here on Merritt Island out, but still the smoke is in the air, and so is the dust and the pollen. So it might be a hard thing to do to get through today's show. The other thing today is, today, if you're a fan club member, you're going to get a copy of this month's issue of Connect 10. And this month's issue is a great issue. It seems like each issue that we put out is better than the last, and I'm really happy with this one. This here has a lot of great stories about American heroes, about what it was like to grow up during times of war, like World War II and the Korean War, and we have just a whole lot of things. And our Feng Shui section is back again this month, and it's excellent. So if you're a fan club member, go ahead and be on the lookout for this. If you're not, you still have time to get the magazine today by going out there and just clicking on the hand on Talk Network Radio. That's TalkNetwork radio.com, and you'll see a little picture there with a hand up in the air, and just click on that, sign up, and you'll be a part of the fan club, and you'll get the insights that we send out to all of our fan club members. You can find out more about Success and Intentional Lifestyle by visiting the Jeff Heiser Radio website at www.jeffheiserradio.com, or by visiting facebook.com/Jeff Heiser Radio. Now, Jeff Heiser Radio is www.jeffheiserradio.com. Or, like I said, you can go out to facebook.com/Jeff Heiser Radio, and you'll find out a lot of information about what's going on here. Now, one of the new things that's happening is that the transcripts from this, I guess you could call it show or podcast, will be posted to my blog. And so when you go to the blog, you'll either be able to read the show, or you can listen to the show, or you could do both. I hope you do both, and it'll be really good for my numbers. So please do both. This weekend I was working on my RV. I'm slowly converting it over to be all solar. I'm trying to get away from the propane and the need to be plugged in wherever we go. So I've been slowly building up the electrical systems in the RV. It's a Class B motorhome, and yesterday I added two heavy-duty deep cycle batteries. It'll give me I think 425 amp hours of power, which equates to several days for me and my wife in the RV without having to be connected to anything or run the generator. So when I was doing this, it came to me about what today's topic is. I already knew what the topic was, confidence, and it came to me, though, how confidence played such a role in what I was doing yesterday. See, if you don't have confidence, if I didn't have confidence, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did yesterday, because I wouldn't have been confident enough to believe that I could hook this stuff up or install this stuff or make the electrical systems work. But I had confidence enough in my skills in understanding the electrical systems and how the solar systems work and how the batteries work that I was successful in doing it. Now, how did I get this confidence? We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to talk a lot about how confidence plays a role in what you do and how success and confidence kind of go hand in hand. Now, confidence is it's hard. It's kind of a hard thing to understand. It's almost like a concept or an idea. But once we get done with today's show, I think you'll have a much better understanding of how confidence plays a role in what we've been talking about in mental toughness. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you score your confidence? You could have different levels of confidence in different areas, but overall, as an overall score, are you a confident person or are you not so confident person? I score myself off the chart because I believe that I'm a very confident person. I don't have any problems in believing in myself and my ability to make things happen or accomplish things. And that's big. It's really big, because the hardest thing for many is understanding what confidence is and how it plays a role, how it plays a vital role in developing your mental toughness. Now, when I was a kid, I guess maybe 11 or 12 years old. I remember I went to summer camp, and at summer camp they had the mile swim, and I was a confident swimmer at the time, but I wasn't confident in myself to be able to swim a mile. Well, the day came that I think it was a Tuesday that everybody that wanted to swim the mile swim, meet down by the lake. You got to swim out to the platform, and then it starts. When I got done swimming the mile swim, I think I was one of 6 that finished out of over 50. And my confidence was at such a high level on my ability to swim a mile that every day after that, it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I swam that mile swim. And in fact, during our free swim time, I was out there swimming that mile swim on my own because I was that confident in my ability to do it. It only took one time. And my confidence was up. Now, Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines confidence as one of 3 things. And the first is a feeling or consciousness of one's powers or of reliance on one's circumstances. The second is faith or belief that one will act in a right, proper, or effective way. And number 3, the quality or state of being certain. Now, are you certain about your abilities? Do you know what your abilities are? Do you have confidence in them? These are all valid questions to ask yourself. See, I define confidence as my personal belief that I have what it takes. That's important now. That I have what it takes to overcome any obstacles that get in my way as I go forward towards my goals. Now, when we first started Talk Network Radio, everyone we talked to said, "You're crazy. It's not going to work. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't have enough technology knowledge. You don't have enough knowledge in radio. You don't have enough knowledge in all this different stuff. You don't have the skills." I was very confident in my ability in technology. I mean, if I could make TV work at 36,000 feet going 500 miles an hour, I certainly could make radio, online radio, work from an office that is a static location, and all I do is plug into the internet. I just need to have some software that runs it, right? I was very confident. Now we're here a year. My confidence level is even higher. And not only have we been here a year, we're doing okay. Things are happening for us. We're moving in the right direction. Are we winning big? No, but we're winning. You know, I looked at it like I may lose some or I may win some. But the important thing to remember is that for me, I have the confidence to at least try. And that's going to be important for you. You have to have enough confidence in yourself that you can overcome the obstacles that get in your way, that you at least try, that you at least take a step towards that direction. Now, one of the things that I've learned about confidence is that when you have a high level of confidence, you're able to bounce back from setbacks, from mistakes, and poor performance much quicker than those who have low levels of confidence. I mean, for some, and people that I've spoke with over the past year, many of those people would have been shut their doors long before they ever got to a year's mark trying this what we're doing here. And it's because they didn't have enough confidence in that they could get through the things that were in their way, their barriers. And that has a lot to do with people in business. You know, they say if you can get through the first year and then the first 5 years, that you're doing okay in business. I always say if you can get through the first year, you have enough confidence to get through the next 4 or 5 years or more. You just have to be confident that you can overcome those obstacles. We're going to talk about how confidence plays in your ability to be successful here shortly. You know, highly successful people normally have a high level of confidence, and they have a high level of confidence in their ability to win and make things happen. But they aren't born that way. They're not. I like to say they've earned it. Others say that they've learned it. They gain their confidence through repeatedly putting themselves in the game, taking the risks and learning from their failures and continuing to move forward. And it's like an athlete. It's like a football player. I know football and baseball. That's what I used to coach. And I have to put some of this in that context. I know that when a kid, a young man is put in the game, say as a receiver, and he's put in the game, and he goes out, and the first pass he makes that's thrown to him, he misses. The worst thing a coach could do, but the hardest thing not to do, is to take him out of the game because he missed that pass. But if you watch in high school and you watch in youth sports, a lot of coaches will take that kid out of the game. What that player needs is he needs to make a catch. And when he makes his catch, his confidence level goes up, especially if he gets a few yards afterwards. Even if not, if he makes the catch, the next time he's more likely to make the catch because now his confidence is improved. And as the game goes, or as his career goes, the more catches he makes, the more confident he becomes. Same in baseball, and basketball, and football, and soccer, and lacrosse. You name it, that's the way it works. The more confident you become in your ability to overcome the obstacles that come in your way, the more likely you are to be successful. And like I said, the ones that are successful, they gain their confidence through the repeatedly putting themselves in the game. They don't take themselves out. They want in. Whether it's in business, in sports, in education, relationships, whatever, they want in. They want to take the risk, and they learn from their failures in trying to overcome the obstacles so they don't make the same mistake the next time they're faced with that obstacle. Over time, knowing that you have been down this same road, this similar road before, it makes it easier. Your confidence starts to build. And studying and learning from those past experiences can be a great confidence builder in whatever you're doing. Big time. It's a big boost, whether it's in business deals, in sports, relationships, education, and just about any endeavor that you can think of. If you put yourself in the game, and you study from your mistakes and you continue to move forward, your confidence will build. It will continue to build. See, the thing about confidence is that it is an essential quality if you want to succeed in building mental toughness. It's not an option. There's no option to it. You either have confidence that builds your mental toughness, or you don't. I believe it's one of the most critical traits, not only in developing mental toughness, but is essential when setting high goals and persevering to achieve them. You see, if you don't have confidence, you don't set the high goals because you don't believe that you don't have the confidence. You don't believe that you can achieve those high goals. You don't believe that you can persevere long enough to achieve them. You don't believe that you could find whatever way possible to make it a year, a 2-year, a 3-year, a 4-year in your business. See, another thing I've learned about confidence is that, you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together? Well, it's true. It's very true. Whether in business, in sports, or like I experienced in my military career, confident people tend to associate, both personally and professionally, with others that have the same level of confidence. Now think about that. Think about that. I didn't realize this to be true until I went several years ago, actually. It was, I think, in 1998. A friend of mine, he's in the military, and he had a change of command. And he took over psych ops, I think it was, at Fort Benning, Georgia. And afterwards, we had a gathering, a party at his house. And I had been in the enlisted military. He was officer corps. And we didn't serve together. I was Navy, he was Army. And I was at his house, and the people that showed up at his house were all special people. These were the best of the best type of people. That's the type of team, that's the type of division that this man led. These were very, very elite people. And when I was researching this topic, it reminded me of that time when I was there, and all of these people, there was not one person there that wasn't a confident person. Not one. And so it reminded me that, you know, confidence builds confidence, and people that you know, the birds of a feather flock together. So confident people stay together. I also learned that you become who you associate with. They say that, you know, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, I personally have witnessed this. Individuals with low levels of confidence that are assigned to teams having highly confident team members transform. They transform into being confident individuals because they start to realize these successes. And when they get their successes under the belt, they become a little bit more confident, a little bit more confident, a little bit more confident until they are very confident individuals. I saw this in the military. I've seen this in sports, and I've seen this in business. Your confidence shines through in the way you carry yourself, which most times is the determining factor of whether you win or lose. To understand this, think about this. If you're a salesperson and you're sitting across the table from a potential customer or client, and your presentation lacks confidence in your ability to give the presentation, let alone the confidence you have in the product, do you think that that person sitting on the other side of the table is going to buy from you? You need to own it. It needs to be yours. You need to be very confident. And when I say confident, you need to believe in your product and your ability to present the product and your ability to sell the product. And if you don't, it will shine through. You know, they say that bad guys, people that prey on other people, that attack people, rob them, and what have you, they look for people that are weak. Now, I had to think about that. How can they tell if you're weak or not? Because maybe you're a very strong person, but you still are attacked. And the reason they do it, the reason they can, is it's exactly what this says. It's the way you carry yourself. If you carry yourself confident, if your head's on a swivel and you're looking around and you're aware of what's going on and you look like you're very confident in your abilities, chances are they're going to pick somebody else. So the way you carry yourself is very important in determining whether you win or lose. When you confidently demonstrate self-control over your emotions, over your actions, and over the situation, I'm telling you, others take notice. They recognize that. They recognize you as a leader. They recognize you as a leader that they are willing to trust and follow. It could be that you're a leader of a family. It could be that you're a leader of business. You're a leader of a team. You're a leader of a sports team, a military team, a business team. So it's your confidence that shines through that gives the people around you the ability to recognize, when they recognize it, to trust you and follow you. Individuals with low confidence, they can be picked out every time. I can pick them out every time. If I don't even have to know anything about a person. I just need to listen and watch them. Individuals with low confidence, they complain about everything. Everything. That's all they do is complain. They will typically show off to get attention and recognition. Many times they will turn to destructive habits such as drug and alcohol abuse. Not always, but many times. They constantly seek praise or approval. The biggest trait of those with low confidence is self-pity. Self-pity guarantees defeat in whatever the situation is, in whatever you're trying. Once you let thoughts of quitting into your mind, you're halfway to failing. When you feel sorry for yourself, you deplete your confidence. You don't just deplete it, you have the potential to destroy it completely. And once you do that, you're guaranteeing your own downfall. Now, that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. When you let doubt into your mind, when you let thoughts of quitting into your mind, you're done. You're done. And that goes for confident people and low, highly confident people and low confident people. You're done. You cannot let thoughts of quitting or failing into your mind, because as soon as you do, your mind grabs onto that. Your confidence starts to get whittled away. And at some point, your confidence goes away, and you just guaranteed your own demise in whatever it is. Your confidence is the result of life experiences and actions that you've taken over your lifetime. Your confidence can be increased, but, this is the big but, and this is what we talk about all the time in this show, it takes work. It takes that first step. The good thing is it can be changed in months, even weeks. It could be changed even in a day. But you have to take time to do it. You have to put the work into it. You have to take the step to make it start to happen. See, there's no guarantee you'll be able to improve your confidence, because everyone is different. A lot has to do with your mental toughness. And there's no set formula for it either. But if you work hard, and you work hard at following 3 things that I'm about to tell you, you might be surprised. The first one, and you hear this all the time, is set personal and professional goals. Now, I'm not going to go into the reasons why it's important to have these. All I'm going to say is everyone needs a starting point, and everyone needs a target. And when you keep it in that perspective, it becomes much easier to set personal and professional goals. I got to start someplace, and I got to finish someplace. What is that going to be? Most importantly, you just need to decide that it's time to start on whatever it is. Number 2 is to prepare yourself. Once you've set your starting point and your target, once you know what those are, you need to chart yourself a course on how you're going to get there. What is it going to take for me to get there? What's it going to take? I found that finding out what it takes to achieve the goal sometimes is a confidence builder in itself. Number 3, and I believe personally that this is the most important one, is visualize your success. Put yourself in a winning mind frame. Your success depends on your ability to visualize yourself succeeding. You see, if you can't see yourself succeeding, you will not succeed. If you can't, you fail. But if you can visualize yourself succeeding, anything, and I mean anything, is possible. You can directly change your level of confidence. All you need to do is believe it. All you need to do is believe it. Now, we talked a little bit about this last week. It's about our trip to Colorado to climb a couple of mountains. I have to ask you, are you confident enough to face your mountain? And remember, I told you the mountain in our trip is real, but the mountain symbolizes any obstacles that are in your way in reaching your success. And if you can climb a 14,000 plus mountain, get to the top, you can accomplish anything. Do you have what it takes to face your mountain? Have the confidence to find out. I'm personally inviting you to join us as we climb to the peaks of 4 14K mountains, 14K plus mountains in Colorado. Do you have the mental toughness? Do you have the confidence needed to at least try? Find out. And the only way you find out is to follow those 3 steps that I just gave you. Set a personal or professional goal. Chart your course. Visualize yourself there. We'll be in Colorado August the 9th through the 13th to test our mental toughness and face our mountains. If you want to find out more, email mile12concept@gmail.com. Or you can email me. You can email me at jeff@talknetworkradio.com. That's Jeff at TALKNETWORK radio.com for the details. And I'll be happy to share them with you. And the guy that heads up Mile 12 Concept, who is my son, Brian, he'll be happy to share his thoughts and details with you also. You know, this show is all about asking questions and presenting the ideas that help you improve your life. And I hope today's show helps you improve your confidence and your level of confidence. But like I tell you every week, that will take change in your thinking. You must change the way you think about it. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to take on the hard work to improve on your confidence level. Now is the time for you to start taking the steps needed to change your life. And you can change it simply by just improving your confidence. Don't ever underestimate your ability to improve upon your confidence or the importance of just taking the first step. I know you have the potential to achieve great things in your life. We all do. And I truly believe in the greatness that you have inside of you and your ability to achieve great things in your life. You just need to take the step. Thank you for joining me here this morning. I hope this show was beneficial to you and that you'll take a couple of little nuggets and maybe work on your confidence. I'm your host, Jeff Heiser, and this has been Success and Intentional Lifestyle. Please tune in again next week, right here, Monday morning, 8 a.m. for another show of Success and Intentional Lifestyle, right here on Talk Network Radio. Until then, stay safe, have a great day, and remember, nothing happens without you taking the first step. God bless. That's our show today. Remember, you have the power to live intentionally. I'm your host, Jeff Heiser, and I hope you will join me here again next week. Till then, stay safe, be intentional, and spread the word. Success is an intentional lifestyle.